So this week I was talking with somebody who's dealing with abandonment issues and self-worth, and it brought me to the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm a Birds fan, and we're going to the Super Bowl, and it's going to be fun. And I hope we win. Go Birds. But I want you to look at something, and we'll bring it back to the self-worth. I want you to look at this amazing season that Saquon Barkley is having. And it's ridiculous. And I'm sure if you're a football fan, you've seen highlights of Saquon in high school. And he was a great running back in high school. And just he's just naturally talented. He's just got this raw ability to run the ball. And you could see it when he was in high school. And I lived in Columbus, Ohio for a few years. And I got to go to the game where Ohio State played Penn State in Columbus. And I'm sitting there with around a bunch of Ohio State fans, and they kick the ball off, and Saquon returns the opening kickoff for a touchdown. And it was ridiculous. The whole crowd was going wild. And then once he returned it, it was silence. And I mean, Ohio State won the game, but just to see his ability, he was clearly the best player on the field. It was ridiculous. And then Saquon gets drafted by the New York Giants, and he's an incredible running back. He's an incredible running back. And he's playing on the Giants, and he had some runs against the Eagles over the years and other teams. And everybody saw his talent and thought he was a good running back. And then he, the Giants let him go, and he ends up on the Eagles and has one of the best seasons a running back has ever had in the National Football League. And if you watch the game this past week, when they were playing Washington, literally his first carry, he scores a 60-plus yard touchdown on his first carry. It was ridiculous. I was watching with my kids, and they're going, wow. And so when I'm talking to this person, I'm explaining to them how if you look at Saquon and how ridiculously good he is, his gift of running the ball is the same gift he had in high school, before the world knew him, before I knew who he was, before people around the world knew who he was. I mean, in 2 weeks, he will be playing in the Super Bowl, and there are people that watch the Super Bowl that don't even watch football. And so they might see him for the first time and think, wow. But people that, know football have known him for a while. But he's about to be on a stage that he's never been on. And people are going to get to experience his talent and see him just run the ball and just marvel at how talented he is. But he still had that same gift in high school. He still had that same gift in Little League. I heard a story about him scoring multiple touchdowns his first game in Little League. It's just ridiculous. He's always had that gift. And I want you to recognize that you have a gift. You're not Saquon. I'm not Saquon. But you have a gift. And this is what I was sharing with this person. So explore who you are. Because all you're seeing with Saquon is his gift being shown before the world. And guess what he had to do? If you listen to him, go look up some interviews and listen to Saquon talk. So yes, he's been a ridiculous athlete since he was a kid, but when nobody else is looking and when nobody else is around, he worked on his gift. Whether it's in the weight room, whether it's running track, whatever he had to do to work on his gift, he did that in secret. And as he did that in secret, he became better. His gift grew. Yours can do the same. Whatever gift you have can do the same. And I know sometimes as an adopted person, you kind of feel like, you kind of feel like you're it's not fair and you're starting behind everybody else. And maybe the starting line is pushed back and everybody else is ahead of you. You can feel like that. But guess what? It's okay. That doesn't matter. That doesn't stop you from being who you are. And so Saquon is his talent, and he's working on his talent, and he goes from Little League to high school. And his talent is making room for him on the high school team to the point where he goes to Penn State. Penn State, his talent is making room for him. And he takes it to the New York Giants. And the New York Giants, his gift made room for him. And then guess what? It's almost as if his gift made room for him on the Giants, and he was on this big stage, but it's almost like he got too big for the things that were around him. They didn't complement each other well. So when he moves from the Giants to the Eagles complement Saquon better than the Giants did. And so this is how your gift works. That same thing you've had since you were a kid, and some of us don't recognize the gift we have. That's why I say explore yourself. Look within yourself. Find it within you. It's not outside of you. It's in you. It's always been in you. And so you find that gift, and you start working on that gift, and it's going to bring you into crowds that complement you. And wherever you take that gift, you're going to be able to use it, and it's going to complement where you are. I'll talk about myself for a sec. So I've always had this ability to talk to people and to get people to like me, right? And when I was a kid, the motivation behind it was wrong. I was trying to get people to like me because I didn't like myself. And then once I figured out, like, I just like being nice to people. I just try to treat people how I want to be treated. And so I work on that, and I do that. Now it's coming from a place of I just want to treat people right. And so that gift took me from sales, which I did well with. And then I started my own business, and the business started like soft washing painting, right? And then I built these relationships with these clients, both residential and commercial. And then the commercial clients got to the point where they liked me. And so they're like, well, do you do this? And then I started saying yes. And then I started adding things to my business. And the more I would add and the more that I would do, the more that they would ask, well, do you do this? Well, do you do this? So I could take that same gift and I could go work at Walmart. And I could be a greeter, right? And there's nothing wrong with being a greeter at Walmart. And I could be nice to everybody that walks through the door. And Walmart will pay me for that. That same gift is used in my business now, and it's growing my business with both commercial and residential. And all I'm doing is the same thing I've been doing since I was a kid. All I'm doing is treating people how I want to be treated. And so what gift do you have? And how are you using it? And how are you sharpening it? And sometimes we look on the outside for someone to come save us and get us out of our situation, when in reality, the gift that's in you can take you to different places, can open up doors. I've had doors open for me that I wasn't even looking to be opened. But once the door was open, I stepped through it. And what opened that door was the gift that was in me. It wasn't somebody else coming in and doing it for me. It was the gift that I have. And guess what? As long as I continue to cultivate the gift that I have, and I continue to treat people how I want to be treated, and as I walk through each door, just do it to the best of my ability, there is no limit. There's literally no limit. And so it doesn't matter if you're adopted, if you're in foster care, if you're with your biological family and your life was just terrible. It doesn't matter, because the gift is you. The gift is literally you. And you have something that nobody else has with the experiences that no one else has. Nobody else can talk to you about being adopted from birth, growing up in Coatesville, Pennsylvania, dunking for the first time um, at a basketball practice, feeling terrible about myself, and going through all these experiences that I've had and sit here and talk to you about this. Nobody else can do this. Not like me. Yes, somebody else has been adopted. Yes, somebody else is going through things and they can talk to you how they talk, but nobody else can talk to you how I'm talking to you now. Because this is my gift and you have a gift. Explore it. Find it. It's in there. And I know you might say to yourself, well, my gift, I wish I was this person or I wish I was that person. You never know what this person or that person is going through. And comparison is the thief of joy. You don't need to be the other person. Be the first and only you. And if you're the first and only you, unique doors will open for you. Unique opportunities will come for you. So I hope after I spoke with the person, I kind of let you in on the conversation that we had. I hope that they take that and believe it. And it's just not like somebody talking to you, because it's just literal truth. It is what it is. I mean, just look within yourself, because there's something there. There's something there.